In March last year, a Bunnings warehouse in Wellington put out a letter to community groups, asking for help with its 6-monthly stocktake. The company offered them $12.50 an hour for each person who signed up, payment worded as a donation, not a wage. The volunteers would start at 4 p.m. and work into the night, and they all had to be over 18. One of those who received the invitation was Louise Blair. She says the offer gave Bunnings cheap labour and let it flout employment rules.
So they were able to claim the glory for giving a donation to a local community group, but at the same time sidestepping ACC levies, taxes, holiday liabilities, and any of the things that go with having an employee do that work.
Employment lawyer Peter Cullen says at first glance it seems Bunnings is being crafty in order to pay people less. But he says on further inspection, it's unclear whether the practice is legal or not.
There's no intention to create legal relations with the workers, but rather with, let's say, the sports club. The second point is that there's no direct payment to the workers, and generally there's probably no expectation from them that they'd be paid.
Peter Cullen says the terms of the agreement suggest the workers are indeed volunteers and not just poorly paid workers. But he says it's foggy enough to challenge in court, and the practice does swing in Bunnings' favour.
Overall, they're probably getting good PR, and in the main getting workers who'd normally get a hell of a lot more rather than the sort of work you'd get if you paid them the minimum wage. So I think it's a benefit for the Bunnings or whoever does it, and workers who normally work there would feel that people are being brought in to undercut them.
Checkpoint asked Bunnings if they saved money by having volunteers run the stocktake over staff members and if paid employees were offered the work first. It didn't answer those questions, but its general manager, Jackie Coombs, says their preference is to use its own staff for stocktake. She also reiterates that the system is entirely voluntary. The Chief Executive Officer of Fundraising New Zealand, James Ashton, says there's no shortage of community groups trying to earn a buck and, in theory, he's glad to see corporates helping them out. But he echoes the concerns of Peter Cullen.
I would hope, though, that in any organisation that's offering this type of service to charities, that they're not saving money by doing so, that the amount of money they would normally spend in producing that outcome that they're looking for would be equal to what they'd have to pay commercially.
Louise Blair says Bunnings employees would probably appreciate the overtime.
I'm not a lawyer, I don't know if it's illegal, but I don't think it sounds fair and equitable when the minimum wage is $14.75 and you're asking parents to do that to help their children.
She says Bunnings get to fly the flag of community spirit, but their focus seems purely on profit. For Checkpoint, Alex Ashton.